my attention that there's a lot of people that are not nearly as well spoken as they could be. And I think that's a shame because when you have a robust enough vocabulary to be able to express yourself better and you're able to articulate yourself in a way that makes you feel heard and understood, that is one of the most amazing things in the entire world. And so I'm going to teach you today how to elevate your vocabulary. First thing is looking up words you don't know. I know that sounds simple, but I can't tell you how many words I've learned from watching a movie and looking it up. What does that mean? Like, how do you use this in a sentence? Or if you're in a conversation, you hear someone use a word, write it down, take note of what it is, and research it later. If you're reading a book and you don't know what it means, look it up. Don't let yourself be satisfied with not knowing what a word means, and take the 20 seconds to just look it up. 2, have a word of the day. Could be a word you found watching the movie or reading the book, but pick a word and force yourself to use it like 2 to 3 times in a day, even in your head, but force yourself to use it, and use it in different contexts. That's really helpful for actually learning how to use it. 3 is the vocabulary app. I love this app, but it tells you little random words throughout the day, so that can be your word of the day. Or you can just force yourself, like, you're like, oh, that's a really good word. Use that in a sentence today. Reading. You have to read, and the more complicated things you read, the more it push your brain. But you don't have to do that. Like, if you don't read, start with fiction. Start with a children's book, whatever. Work your way up, but I do challenge you to read dense nonfiction articles or, something that might be a little bit more mentally stimulating and use words that you're not as comfortable with. That will really help. If you get into a habit of doing that, your vocabulary will expand. The last thing is absolutely the most effective thing, and that's just not using the same words over and over again and intentionally switching up your vocabulary. If the only word we have when something goes well is slay, we can do better than that, okay? Spectacular. Incredible. What's better than that? Extravagant, striking, arresting, breathtaking. You know what I'm saying? But just being like, that's crazy, that's preposterous, absurd, unhinged. There's some really delicious words out there that I think you'd have a really good time with. You just gotta get into it and be intentional about it, and the rest will come naturally.